And Josh Allen is equipped to do that. Mahomes has the most explosive pass plays in the sport this year. That's not a surprise. Allen is third, right behind him. In fact, the Bills have only 4 fewer explosive plays all season than the Chiefs do. Buffalo actually throws the ball on first down more than Kansas City, more than anyone. And they're number 1 in the sport in success rate on passes. The Chiefs are number 2. Now, the other way to beat Mahomes is to play keep away, and the Bills can do that too. Patrick is 19-1 when Kansas City has the edge in time of possession, so this matters. Buffalo has 27 scoring drives of 10 or more plays this year. That's the most in the league. They're also number 1 in converting third downs and fourth downs, and they're number 2 in success rate on runs. So they're actually on pace to go into the playoffs as both the best passing and rushing team in either conference. So, would I advise betting against Patrick Mahomes? Of course not. Probably for the next 15 years. But he isn't going to win them all. People are going to beat him. And this year, the numbers say the likeliest to do it are Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Those are the numbers. Let's get the reaction. Here's my crew. And Bart Scott, I'm looking right at you first. What do you think? If you were, so RC is applauding. I may have one supporter. Bart Scott, you buying it? And if not, who's got the best shot to knock out the Chiefs?
Well, I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans returning to the scene of the crime. They have a running back that makes you make business decisions in cold weather. A season's about attrition, and he's getting stronger as everybody else is getting weaker. And when you decide to bring that 8th man in the box, they have Corey Davis and A.J. Brown, who's going to be 2,000-yard receivers, so that they'll be able to put points on the board and wear them down, and also do that 4-minute offense and keep Mahomes and that team on the bench. That way they can run and beat this porous defense of Kansas City, because that's what happens when they struggle. They get the ball ran down their throat.
RC?
You know, Greeny, that was really good. And I thought to myself, you might be right. And then I thought about what Josh Allen looked like when he played Kansas City early on this year. Because, see, you can use all your big words and write this very, very poetic soliloquy. But then you got to remember, they played the game already. And Josh Allen didn't look good. And the Buffalo Bills didn't look explosive. So I'm sticking with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I know they haven't looked like themselves or like they did early on in the year. But I expect this team to make the adjustments, to understand why they lost. Shut up, Bart. Why they lost this week. And you look at this team, now they have James Conner coming back. They also have Marquise Pouncey coming back. And defensively, they understand what they had to do as they're replacing new pieces because of guys getting injured. So I expect the Pittsburgh Steelers to play well this week going forward and be the team that can challenge the Kansas City Chiefs on both sides of the football coming into the playoffs.
Okay, Mark Sanchez,
so if
how about you?
Buffalo beats Pittsburgh, then what do you say?
Well, they play each other
I'm
Sunday
going to say
night.
the same thing next week, Bart, especially on Friday.
All right, Sanchez, go.
I'm taking Buffalo. I mean, they won 5 of their last 6. Their last 2 or 3 are by double digits. I think they're a different team. I totally respect what Ryan Clark says about that game early on in the season. He's 100% right. I just think they're a different team. They're much better. Josh Allen is trending in the right direction. I mean, from his rookie year, his improvement is just uncanny. He's gone from like a 66 or 68 rating to a 106 or 108 passer rating. I mean, that kind of improvement's incredible. So he's showing the right trajectory. I think they're on the right track, and they'll be hot when the playoffs start.
Let me make this clear, RC, and let me see if I can sell it to you this way. Do I expect the Bills to beat them? No. But if they play their game, if they play great, what they do is exactly what you need to do to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, whereas the Steelers would probably be thinking...
No backpedaling, Greeny?
No, I'm not. My point, this is the point. The Chiefs are going to be the favorite to win the next 15 Super Bowls, but they're not going to.
Yeah.
So what beats them? What the Bills do well is what beats them. What the Steelers do well is not what beats them. What the Steelers want to do is they want to beat you with defense. Nobody is going to shut down Patrick Mahomes, and they're going to throw the ball 53 times. That means a lot of 3-and-outs. That means Patrick is on the field much too much. What the Steelers have been doing is exactly the opposite of what beats Kansas City.
Hey, Greeny, I hear what you're saying, Greeny, and it sounds good. It sounds nice. But you know what? When I played in Pittsburgh, that's how we beat folks. You played defense. It didn't matter how many points they scored the week before you. You knew they weren't going to score that many points that week. And if you watch the game this week, Greeny, they ain't score that dang much against the Denver Broncos. So I'm not going to come on here because the Pittsburgh Steelers lost one game and totally turn on my former franchise. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to sit up here like Bart that says everything great about the Jets, says everything great about the Ravens until the Jets forced them into it. That's it. So I don't care what happens, Greeny. I don't care how great your little down barrel is and all that and your Hall of Fame words. I'm not going against Steelers right now.
Go ahead, Bart.
That Nauru collar is choking the air to your brain, man, because you're not thinking straight. I tell you what, it's the Tennessee Titans.
Back up.
What Greeny said. I didn't get the memo. And what Greeny said in his description was pretty much describing the Tennessee Titans.
Yes, the Titans have that as well. That is an opportunity, but they're not as explosive offensively. That is the key. You need to be able to match them score for score in a game because you are not going to shut. That's how Brady beat him in the playoffs a few years ago. Brady beat him by keeping him on the bench the entire first half and then scoring enough points in the second half to beat him.
I'm just saying, man, like when you can run the ball and make people make business decisions late in games, you can't stop for forfeit or 3rd and 1, and then you have the ability to throw the ball over the top with 2 explosive receivers that's going to be over 1,000 yards. What happens is it wins ugly, and you get your points in bunches in the second half. Mark understands that, and you know that Ryan understands that because you beat teams like Kansas City in the 3rd and 4th quarter when they're trying to make that push, and they have to be predictable and one-dimensional.
We shall see. Again, all these teams play big games this weekend, including Pittsburgh and Buffalo head-to-head Sunday night in Orchard Park. Meanwhile, let's look at some of the other games this weekend. More or less, and Mark, I'm starting with you. Aaron Rodgers, Sanchez. Let's do more or less here. Aaron Rodgers, Sanchez, Aaron Rodgers against the Lions. More or less than 3.5 touchdowns.
Oh, man, I know the love fest is going on, but I'm going to go with exactly 3, so give me less. I know he's still going to be on fire. 3 passing touchdowns is still a great game, but I can't get over these, half touchdowns. That whole thing makes it tough to gamble and tough to answer these questions. I'm out. Let's just go with 3.
Yes, you have stumbled upon the whole key to the Las Vegas success. Bart, next. Derrick Henry against the Jaguars, more or less than 100 yards rushing.
I'll tell you what, in honor of the Tiny Zeus Lesher, who we lost yesterday, this is the new Debo. This is the football Debo, snatching everybody's chains. He snatched nobody's chains more than the Jacksonville Jaguars in the last 4 matchups. Runs of 99, 54 yards, 74 yards. Put some respect on his name, man. Jacksonville has no chance. They're in the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes.
Okay, fair enough. So you go more. And then finally, RC, Russell Wilson against the Jets, more or less than 2.5 touchdowns.
Tread lightly, Ryan.
Absolutely more. Russell Wilson will.
Receiver.
All right, important obviously for them and for a lot of people's fantasy playoffs. All right, sit tight, Diana, because I want to get to the next thing here. This is interesting. Let's talk about the Packers. They're atop the division. They're 9-3, and of course, one of their biggest reasons for success is the connection between Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams. On Wednesday, Rodgers was asked about that relationship, and listen to this.
I have so much love and respect for him as a person, the way he carries himself, his demeanor, his competitiveness, his focus, the plays that he makes on the field, the way that he communicates with me, the respect that he shows me, the respect that he earns from myself and our team every single day. He is one of a kind. I'm better because of him as a person and as a quarterback.
Wow. So a lot of us on the staff were really struck by that. And Mark Sanchez, I want to start with you as a quarterback. When you hear the quarterback talking about a receiver like that, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, this is the way Bart Scott used to talk about me when we were teammates, so this totally makes sense. But most importantly, when you get a quarterback and a receiver on the same wavelength this way, this transcends football. It sounds like these guys are buddies. It sounds like he's shoveling snow for Aaron Rodgers and wiping off his car or something like that. This is a serious bromance, but I think it's transcended football, and they share the same views. Maybe it's politically, maybe it's religiously, maybe it's just, the way they go about their day. But I think what he respects the most about him is his hard work and that work ethic. When you have a guy that's willing to work like that, it makes your job a lot easier.
RC, how about that connection?
And I thought it was amazing. Listen, we have seen Aaron Rodgers, say some things that may seem that may border on arrogance, but this was real. This seemed sincere. And it seemed like he was not only appreciative of what Davante Adams was as a man and as a player, but it seems like he was grateful to be a part of his journey. Like he was grateful to have him on his team. But you see this on the field. There is no one-on-one matchup that Aaron Rodgers doesn't believe that Davante Adams is going to win. The 2 interceptions he throws against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were purely because he knew Davante Adams had one-on-one, and that was his guy, and that his guy was better than anyone else. This bodes well for these two people, but more importantly, for the Green Bay Packers and their pass game.
Trying to decide if Bart Scott's going to say something funny or serious. Go ahead, Bart.
No. This is old age, man. This is old age. This is reflection. This is things seeing at the end is coming. I know Jordy Nelson. I know Donald Driver's like, what the hell are you talking about? You never waxed poetic about me like that. I won you a damn Super Bowl. When you were winking at Ryan Clark, you were throwing the ball to me. And you want to wax poetic about this dude? Like, are you kidding me? So this is old age, and this is him understanding that the end is near, and him understanding that, hey, his days are numbered. And how are you as the Packers knowing that you took the first-round draft pick on a quarterback, and this guy's playing this well, and you may not even be able to see that first-round quarterback?
Diana, you look skeptical.
Because every Friday, it's the same thing with you three. You're so sappy and in your feelings. Davante Adams makes Aaron Rodgers look fantastic. It's like Hembo on the show. Hembo makes me look so good. He gives me all the facts, the stats. He goes over my notes for me. Guess who I love? Hembo. He makes me a better person because he makes me successful. So I completely understand why Aaron Rodgers is going out there going, I love Davante. He's this, he's that. I love anyone that makes me look good.
I think we have come to the conclusion
I used to get that treatment last
Hembo equals Davante Adams. I think that their value is about equal. That is an excellent point, Diana, and I thoroughly agree. Let me break on that. There's nowhere better to go from there than that. Coming up next, we'll talk about another great quarterback, and that is Patrick Mahomes, wearing the crown right now. But his biggest threat to keep it may come from a place you're not expecting. I will tell you what that place is as we continue. And back